Hey, One Piece chapter 604 is out. It is manga time. Okay, One Piece chapter 604 is out and came out yesterday, but I'm just reviewing it now. Its title is Into the Depths, and we got a really awesome color spread. This is the first color spread we got since the time skip color spread, but this one is really awesome. You got Luffy, Zoro, Nami, you got all the Straw Hats. And they're all like with animals and stuff. And Chopper's in his reindeer form. And it looks like something out of Dr. Seuss. It does. What was that book? Oh, The Places You'll Go. It looks like that's like something out of a Dr. Seuss coloring book, not coloring book, children's book. Anyway, on with the chapter. The Straw Hats are still in the sea, and Luffy's noticing how far they've sunk, and they notice that the light's starting to disappear, that pretty soon won't be able to reach them. And Frankie says that they're in the euphotic zone, and they're just about to get out of the dysphotic zone, whatever. And they're probably over 1,000 meters in the water, in the sea. And Robin says how totally different it is from being in a submarine. And Chopper notices a whale, and Brooke's like, huh, Laboon! And Luffy's like, are you stupid? No, that's old man Whitebeard. They have like, what? Why are we talking about Whitebeard? And right behind them is Caribou, and they're getting ready to attack the ship. And they're being pulled by this sea monster, and they crash into the Thousand Sunny, and Usopp notices them, and their ships are like colliding now. They're like smushed together, and they're afraid the bubble's gonna break. And Caribou's like, yeah, we're going in, you bastards! Get up! Yeah! And Nami's like, wait a minute, I recognize that sea monster. It's Momu from Arlong Park. Yeah, we see Momu again. Amazing. and Momu sees Nami. He's like, he recognizes Nami from last time. And then he sees Sanji and Luffy. And he's like, hey, isn't that guy from before? Oh, yeah, it's him. And Momu remembers. He fucking remembers when he got his ass handed to him by Sanji and Luffy. That torment, he's been emotionally scarred. For life, he still remembers it. It haunts him, and he gets scared. He's like, oh, moo, 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 and Caribou jumps into the ship through the bubble, and he's the only one to jump in. And before his man can jump in, Momu swims away and carries the ship with him, and was like, what? And Caribou's all like, yeah, get them motherfuckers. Yeah, we're gonna fuck them up. It's time, rip out the Gatling gun. Slaughter all the Straw Hats. Huh? And he's like, he's making this hilarious face, like his eyes are bulging out, his tongue's like, and Caribou's like, oh, fuck. And Frankie grabs him, and he's like, no, please, whatever you do, don't throw me in the water. Please, for the love of God, don't throw me in the water. You know God's watching you, right? You know He's watching you. Please, don't. And Frankie's like, whatever. Man, you're singing a different tune now. What happened to all the Gatling gun shit and killing everybody? It's like, not about that. I'm being abused. They're using me as a human bullet. I meant no harm. Please, I've been suffering all this time. Will you please let me ride with you? And Chopper's like, oh, he's probably a victim. And he was up like, are you retarded? Of course he's not. Caribou, I thought Caribou was gonna be all, you know, bad, gonna do all crazy badass shit. Now, the moment he sees that his crew is gone, he's by himself, so he's scared as fuck. He's scared as fuck now. And he sees Nami's like, ooh, cutie pie. You're the cat burglar, aren't you? And so he's like, don't look at the fucking Nami. He kicks Caribou in the face. He's like, Jabat. Yeah, I think that's a French term for kick or something. Anyway, so he's like, okay, Nami, everything's fine. No! It's just like, okay, you're really starting to piss me off with that already. And Chopper says we should give him rehabilitation with low intensity photos. So Sanji's like looking at women and photos and shit. Photos until you can see a real woman. But really, it's starting to get old now with the whole nosebleed rocket. And Caribou's like, oh, that sea monster we caught in the vicinity, and he having a creature like that put on our ship is something we would call advanced sea navigation. And he was like, really? And Momu is still running. He's probably like all the way over there, and he's still fucking scared. He wants to get as far away as possible from the Straw Hat. So he's scared. He's crying. And it was like, stop, you sea cow, stop. And I forgot the other guy named Caribou, the guy with the iguana, says like bro will save us for sure. Yup, bro, he'll save us. And loading, yeah. And Luffy is looking for the sea cow, but Usopp notices that they're moving in a different direction than last time. And Caribou, he's in a predicament now. He's all tied up, and Luffy's poking at him with a stick. Luffy's poking at him with a stick in the panel. He's like, damn it, things really took an unexpected turn. What should I do? 1 versus 9 will clearly put me at too much of a disadvantage. Damn it, I can get out of these ropes easily, but I'll get my ass kicked. I gotta wait for a chance to get out. And then Nami starts talking about how the needle is pointing southwest, and Luffy's like, wouldn't it be easier if we go in a straight line? And Brook is like, wow, everyone, I'm starting to get a little chilly. And Chopper's like, wow, you don't even have skin. And Brook gets all depressed because Chopper said his joke before he could say it. That's the first time I see Brook depressed. Brook did not get a chance to say his skull joke, and he's all like, fuck, you said it before I did. And Nami says they'll be swallowed up by this. Nami said that if they go straight, they're gonna be swallowed up by the sea currents. And if that happens, they might crash into a sea mountain or undersea volcano. And we get a whole bunch of talk about the undersea currents and stuff. How there's different currents, how the sea currents and the deep currents go in like different directions. The surface currents, I think, yeah, that's right. And Frankie says, how like not only that, but they all eventually connect into one, and they don't just split up and stick together based on east and west. They rise and sink down and down. They rise up and sink down like a giant dragon. And sea currents travel around the entire world without ever breaking. And Brooks says that it apparently takes 2,000 years for one to rise back up to a level of the sea that gets sunlight. We're going into a deep sea current, and there's a whole bunch of unknown creatures down there, like like monsters and curses and souls of the dead. And Chopper's getting all scared and shit. He's like, ghosts come out in the deep sea? Yeah, they do, scary. And Luffy's like, yeah, that's exciting. And he says that the point is they have to go into a descending current that moves from a surface current to a deep current. So they managed that to be able to get down to the deep sea currents and yada yada yada. More exposition, yada yada yada. There's a whole bunch of shit about the currents and stuff, so, and how cold it is down there, and how the red line is like an assembly of adjoining islands, and there's summer islands and winter islands. And the climatic zone is where the intensely cold winter islands lie, yada yada yada. And this funny part happens here. Now I'm talking about how the area also feels another pericus necessary for the ocean currents to flow down a great amount. And Luffy's like, what's this other pericusite? And Nami says, there you go, sticking your neck in absent-mindedly again. Do you really want to know? It's about salinity. Luffy's like, yeah, salinity. I used to play that game all the time. And Zoro's like, I always wanted a fire sword. They don't know what the fuck she's talking about. So they're like, oh yeah. And Luffy's like, hey Zoro, how far away were you blown off to? Oh, well, let me explain. And Usopp and Chopper are like, ooh, salinity, please tell us about the mysteries of the ocean. And Nami gets to explain it. She's like, see, this and this and that and that. And Usopp and Chopper and Zoro and Luffy are drinking tea. I think it's tea. And they're like, so mysterious sea currents exist, huh? And Nami's like, that's why I told you to keep quiet and right from the start. And Brooke's like, shall I sing a song, Nami-san? Yo-ho-ho-ho-ho. Anyway, we get more sea currents, and then they notice the giant undersea current, which looks like a waterfall. It looks really awesome, too. It looks very ominous. It's like this giant current. It's like a waterfall that's pushing all the way down. It's going real fast. And Robin's like, it must be like hundreds of meters in diameter. My nose is getting stuffed up. And, and Usopp notices that deep down it's all pitch black. There's no bottom. It's like, this is the end. With that speed, it'll smash it into the bottom of the ocean. And Nami says, is it really safe to ride on a current like this? And Frank's like, don't worry, the sun is made of atom wood, so it's gonna hold up real nicely. And Caribou's like, Straw Hat, stop! This is bad, turn back! And Zoro's like, oh yeah, I forgot you were here. Like, what are you talking about? Like, there's a hideous monster that's down there! Like, I never heard of one living in a place like this, but it's a demon running around the great depths of the ocean. It's a Kraken! I hear Zeus now. Release the Kraken! And I was like, holy shit, it's a Kraken! It's like, it can cross multiple ships in a single blow. It must have been here feeding off ships that set sail in the past few days, yada yada yada. Kraken! Like, what size? It's a monster octopus! And Kid was like, stop, we gotta go back, please, we gotta turn back. It was like, shut up, you're noisy. Hey, I got an idea. I'm gonna tame that beast. And it was like, what? And that's the end of the chapter. Pretty much, it was a good chapter, even though it was a lot of explaining about the sea currents and stuff like that. I like chapters like this where we get a lot of info. I like how Oda like expands the world of all this neat info and stuff we get in the chapter. And the Kraken, the Kraken is really awesome looking. I want to see how Luffy's gonna tame it. Hockey time. Psst. So yeah, it's Master King JC, and keep on keeping on. Peace.